Today we are going to be making a product from scratch. I've been asked by a company to make like a sort of keychain, pocket clip, keyring type thing as a gift they can give away with the product they sell. They have like a set of keys that go with it. They don't just want to hand over like a couple of plain keys with the products. The product is extremely high end. They're the best at what they do. It's a company here in New Zealand. I'm not saying exactly what the company is or who the company is, just in case they don't want me to say that. I'll check with them, and if they're okay with it, then I'll give you more details in a future video. Suffice to say, they give away a set of keys with, there's a lock on the product they sell, and so they don't just want to give away the keys on their own. They want something to go with it that sort of has their company sort of name, logo on it, that kind of thing. They came to me saying, look, can you do something? They've seen my products, they've seen what I do. I bought one of their products. And so I asked them a bunch of questions on the phone, and sort of a bit of back and forth, and I said, I think I've got something that will work for you. So I am down in the workshop today with the water jet cutter, and I'm going to do a very, very rough mock-up prototype type thing, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. The best way is to use the whiteboard. So let's do that. So here we have a set of keys. These are just a random set from around the workshop. My plan is to have these keys clip onto something, and then that something able to sort of clip on and off of key rings, keychains, belt loops, things like that. Now, here's the thing. And while I find it interesting to make products that are new and novel and, kind of thing that people go like, oh, whoa, that's pretty awesome. This time there's no point reinventing the wheel, I feel, because I am going to utilize this. This is my tie beaner. This is my sort of double-ended titanium carabiner where there's a lever mechanism. Now my plan is to use basically this lever mechanism. There's no point reinventing it. It works really well. It's been tried, tested. Took me a while to develop. So I'm basically going to base it on that, the design for the clip part of it, and then just a simple thing that sort of comes down and the keys can loop onto. It'll make sense as I sort of do a little bit of drawing for you. So I'm going to draw this on there and then sort of show you how I'm going to modify it to cut this very, very rough prototype. So the double-ended carabiner looks something roughly, very roughly like that. That's it, very rough. So my plan, so we have the clip mechanism there. Here's my plan. It doesn't need to be that big there, like that big loop part. So we can, because this clip only comes up to here. So it only comes up to that bit there. So my plan is to get rid of that. Okay, and we'll take this and we'll get rid of the whole of the rest of it. We only need one clip. So we'll get rid of that. This can just come up, do a quick bend here and join there. So we've got a fairly flat clip instead. So instead of it coming up around here, we've got fairly flat. And as it comes along, I think we can just keep it simple. Something like that. With, perhaps a squarish hole on the end. I'm not sure yet. Perhaps square or round. And that's really it. Like, I know that is the most hideous thing you've ever seen, but I don't want to spend like 20 minutes drawing for you when I can just sort of show you this just to give you the rough idea. So that's really it. Like, I know it seems simple and as if I've just come up with it immediately, but I've actually taken a bit of time thinking about this, a couple of days ago. It was Thursday, I believe. It sort of had to think about it. I mean, like I said, very rough. This bit in here will probably come down like this, so we can lever it. That might come in like that. But the main thing is that this area here, that area is where I can put, you know, probably laser engrave, you know, the company logo, name, that kind of thing. So we can have this clipping onto a belt loop here, coming down here, and then the set of keys, you know, like coming off there. Worst set of keys ever. And that's it. Like, that's really simple. So what we'll do now is we'll just go straight to computer design right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the file that I have for, you know, the Tibina, the titanium double-ended carabiner I showed you. I'm just going to start with that file, just chop and change it, and basically cut a very rough prototype just to see how it might work. Now, it is hideous. I can't emphasize enough that it's a long way from being something I'd actually make for myself or for someone else. This is just to check that it's gonna work. Like, there's no point spending like hours on it at this stage when it's just a proof of concept to see what the size is like, to see what the shape is like. I'm gonna be doing like no tumbling of it, no nothing like that. This is just to see what it's like in the hand, see how it's gonna function. Super rough. Anything more than that at this stage would be a waste of time and a waste of energy in terms of development. So I know I'm like sort of going over the top here, but I don't want you to think that this is what I do, this is my process. This is just to test it, okay? Right, let's get cutting. So what we need to get is some 4mm titanium sheet. Here's some from earlier. So we'll put this in the water jet cutter. Okay, bit of water there. Obviously there's a blockage somewhere there, so I'm going to have to figure that out and then we'll get cutting. Now I just spent a little while hand grinding it just to make it feel a bit nicer. I'm not going to bother spending, you know, hours tumbling it. I then put the clip in and there we have it. So fairly ugly, but you get the idea. It's around about 60 to 70 millimeters long, something like that. Space here for a logo, picture, name to be laser engraved on or CNC engraved on. But that's it really. that's pretty much it. In fact, I'll put some keys on just so you can sort of see how that is. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to do a little bit of testing of this. I'm going to, carry it with me, see what it's like. I'm also going to take some pictures, maybe even show this video to the company that the concept is for. Give this as an initial idea, something tangible for them rather than drawn on paper, because I think it makes a big difference. And see what they come back with.